Tracey Campbell, representing the Cayman Islands in this year's Miss Supranational pageant, made history by advancing to the semi-final round of the Supra Chat competition. Stick around because I got the details right after this. Hey pageant fans, welcome back to another episode of T-Stance on Pageantry, where we talk all things pageant related. I'm your host, Teresa. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. And if you're new here, thanks for joining us. So you might be wondering, what is Supra Chat? What does this mean for Tracey? Does it mean that she is advancing all the way to the top 25 of the Miss Supranational pageant? Not quite, but it does mean she's still in the running. Let me break it down for you guys. The Supra Chat competition is a dynamic and interactive segment of Miss Supranational pageant, and it's really designed to highlight the contestants' communication skills, their charisma, as well as their personal stories. And it's a fast track competition, which means that whoever wins Supra Chat automatically secures themselves a spot in the top 25 semi-finalists for the overall Miss Supranational pageant. So here's how Supra Chat works. Contestants are divided into multiple groups, each participating in a separate episode of Supra Chat. And I believe there's going to be 12 groups. Each group engages in a conversational interview format with a host, which is broadcast on the Miss Supranational YouTube channel and on their social media platforms. So if you want to go and watch Tracey's episode in its entirety, just head over to the Miss Supranational YouTube channel, and she's in group 4. Now for the voting process. After each episode airs, public voting opens via the Miss Supranational app for a specified period. It's usually like 24 to 72 hours. And then there's also a panel of evaluators who will be scoring the contestants. The final score for each contestant is a combination of public votes and evaluator scores, with the panel's evaluation accounting for 60% and the public votes accounting for 40%. So how do we advance to semifinals? So the contestants with the highest combined score in each group advances to the semifinal round. And here's where Tracey comes in. Additional contestants may be selected as wildcards by the production team based on their performance. In a social media post from Miss Supranational, here's what they had to say announcing Tracey as the wildcard entrant. Supra Chat semifinal wildcard 1 is awarded to the candidate who came closest to winning her episode. Congratulations, hashtag Cayman Islands at Tracey Campbell. You are joining Supra Chat semi-final 1. Isn't that amazing that she is joining the semi-finals of Supra Chat? Now, I believe that there's going to actually be 2 different semi-finals. There's semi-finals 1, which I think is for groups 1 through 6, and then there's semifinals 2, which is for group 7 through 12, I believe. And then after the contestants participate in another round of interviews and evaluations, the top performers, I'm not sure if it's going to be 2 women from the semifinal 1 and 2 women from semifinal 2, or if it's just the overall top 4, but the 4 contestants who score will then advance to the final round of Supra Chat. And this is all based on what I saw happen last year with the Supra Chat competition. So I'm not sure if they're going to stick to the same thing or if they're going to change it up a bit, but I definitely saw that 4 women advance to the final round of Supra Chat. And then from there, whoever scores the highest secures themselves a spot in the top 25 overall semifinals for Miss Supranational pageant. And last year's top winner for Supra Chat was actually Curacao. Now I'd like to play a little snippet from Tracey's Supra Chat episode. Check it out.
Tracey from Cayman Islands, so great to meet you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Can you please introduce yourself to our Supranational audience?
Thank you for having me. I'm Tracey Carolina Campbell, and I'm Miss Supranational Cayman Islands. I'm so proud to be here, so thank you for having me, Ivan. I am a student, model, athlete, and advocate turned beauty queen, and I was born and raised here in the Cayman Islands, and it's an honor to be able to represent my islands on the international stage. A little bit about me is that I have been playing sports my whole life. So finally being able to transition into a new playing field. So It's pretty exciting. I've been playing football and softball, and I've also recently picked up Muay Thai alongside weight training because we love a multifaceted queen, right? I've also have an adventurous and curious spirit, so I love to travel. Also, being bilingual and multicultural also fuels my desire to travel the world. I am a island girl, so I have a deep connection to nature. So I make it a priority of mine to go to the beach as often as possible. I'm also a proud animal lover with two pets, a dog and a rabbit, and I promise they get along. And aside from adventure and sport, I dedicate my time to volunteering with multiple organizations here in the Cayman Islands to raise awareness for their causes while also advocating for my cause, Health is Wealth, which is an initiative I've started to be able to educate our youth the importance of holistic health in our everyday life and how important it is to build that foundation for our future generations. So that is a little about me, and I'm really excited to have this opportunity with the Miss Supranational organization.
Now, after watching Tracey's Super Chat episode, I was honestly very, very impressed and very proud of her. I thought she did amazing. She was so charismatic. She was confident. She was articulate. And I just loved listening to her speak. I actually could have listened to her speak for the entire hour. That's how good she was. And honestly, I'm not surprised in the slightest because ever since Tracey came onto the pageant scene here in Cayman, she has been impressing me with her public speaking skills. And just for I think she was 18 or 19 when she first started competing. So for someone so young to be so confident and so bold in their public speaking skills, it's rare. And I think that should be celebrated. Tracey, you're doing an amazing, amazing job. I hope that you are preparing for the semi-final round, but I know that you're going to do really, really well. And I believe that Tracey has a really good shot at advancing to the final round of Supra Chat. So I'm very excited to see her compete. And you know what, guys? Not only is Tracey a strong speaker, but she's also really strong on stage as well. The girl can walk. So I think she's going to be someone that is going to really impress the organization, the judges, and the fans, and especially for Cayman, because it's not often that we have someone that people are paying attention to. And I definitely feel like Tracey is someone that is catching people's eye and people want to support her. So I'm really, really excited for her. Now, one thing I will say that I would love to see from Tracey is just more vulnerability in her interview. I think if she really opens up and really tells her story, that can really help her to stand out even more. Something that I think really held Tracey back from winning the Super Chat episode outright is the fact that here in the Cayman Islands, people are not very familiar with Miss Supranational. So I'm sure people didn't even know that Super Chat was even a thing and that they could even vote for it. I would love for her to be able to do more social media posts about Miss Supranational, just because Cayman doesn't know a whole lot about Miss Supranational. So it would be good to educate them so that they're aware of the competition that she's going to go off to for June, and then they can support her. So I definitely think that if Tracey had had that additional support, she may have even won that episode outright. So guys, if you are watching this, be sure to download the Miss Supranational app so that you can continue to follow Tracey's journey and to vote for her whenever the opportunity arises. And let's help our Caymanian girl get up there in the top 25. But overall, I think Tracey is an amazing competitor. She is an athlete, so she does have that competitive spirit about her. And I think that is going to serve her well in the Miss Supranational competition. So Tracey, I'm looking forward to seeing you compete in the semifinal round and at the Miss Supranational competition. Wishing you all the best. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, have a great week.